It is to France that we go today, but the good news is you don't actually have to book a plane ticket to experience French culture and the delights of French food and music and craft and design, because the Festival Francophonie is happening in Cape Town this very weekend, celebrating everything about French culture and cuisine right in our backyard. It is being hosted at the Belgian residence in Boshoff Road in Newlands. It is on Saturday from 10 until 5, and you don't have to spend a cent to get in the door and immerse yourself in a little corner of France recreated in Cape Town. In fact, it's a corner of France and other countries with links to France, which I'll explain in a moment. But if you want to taste a baguette, see some can-can dancers in action, listen to French music and explore the wonderful world of French culture, that is where you want to be this coming Saturday. And to tell us more about that event, as well as talking about travel to France itself, it's my huge pleasure to have with us in studio Sophie Bel, who is the Consul General of France in Cape Town. Bienvenue, Sophie.
Thank you, Pippa, for having me. Merci beaucoup.
It's a huge pleasure to have you with us today. The Francophonie Festival, let's start there before we go to France itself. This event is not only about France, it's a celebration of the culture of French-speaking countries more broadly, isn't it?
Absolutely. We are celebrating Francophone cultures around the world. And what's important to stress is that more than 300 million people speak French around the world, half of them being in Africa. You know, so the growth of French speakers, this trend is really carried by Africa, and we will celebrate French-speaking countries around the world, so not only France, but also Belgium, Switzerland, the DRC, Madagascar, Romania. You know, all these countries are part of this wider family of Francophone countries, and it's very important to stress the diversity of cultures that we will be celebrating, as you mentioned, this Saturday, the 14th of March, at the Belgian residence in Newlands. So we are really waiting for you there.
It sounds so exciting. And I mean, you've listed some of the countries that have been my favorites to visit, like Madagascar, for example, as well as France itself. But important to just pick up on what you said about Francophone Africa. I don't know if listeners everybody knows how substantial a portion of the French-speaking world that is. There are 24 countries on this continent that have French as an official language. So as you say, half of the entire body of French speakers worldwide are right here in Africa. So incredible diversity on display. What are some of the highlights you'd like to mention that visitors can look forward to this weekend?
So of course you will find, tons of delicious food, Swiss raclette, Belgian beers, French cheese, macaroons, pastries, but also live music and performances. You already mentioned the French can-can dancers, so it's something new that we added to this edition. We're going to have concerts, Congolese music, artisans, and a lot of people coming showing their skills and what they do in their country. We're going to have fashion shows. It's going to be fun. It's kids friendly. It's free of charge. Really, it's my third edition, and I always have a very good time. So really join us this Saturday.
Even French dog breeds, by the way. So if you're an animal lover, you must go and make sure that you take a turn at the poodles.
Absolutely.
Okay. One thing to mention, I know whenever we talk about events at the Belgian residence, parking and getting there, people worry about that. As Sophie has mentioned, it's free entrance at the gate, but to get to the gate does not have to be a headache. There is parking available at the Stone Cottages near Kirstenbosch, and there is a free shuttle that will take you from your car to the residence and back again. So don't let that worry you that you might think you're going to have to park miles away and be exhausted by the time you get to the gate. That does not apply. Okay, so that is the Francophonie Festival happening this weekend. And if you've been to one of the previous iterations and want to share some feedback with us on what you enjoyed and experienced for the first time, or perhaps something new that you came to learn about Francophone culture, please do send a WhatsApp to 072 567 1567. And that is a way for you to have a little taste of France and its cousins, shall we call them, right here in Cape Town. But of course, this is our travel segment, and we do want to talk about visiting France itself in today's segment. And Sophie, let's start with some of the basic logistics. For somebody traveling on a South African passport, as I do, a Schengen visa is required. How far in advance is it advised to apply for a visa if you are wanting to come from South Africa to visit France?
Well, if you know your travel dates way ahead, you can apply up to 6 months.
Okay.
And a minimum of 15 days before travel. So my recommendation, if you already know your dates, don't wait for the last minute to apply for a Schengen visa. That's the first thing. Ensure your passport has 2 blank pages and 3 months validity post-return. That's important as well. And also bear in mind that a Schengen visa can never exceed the remaining validity of your passport. And the maximum visa duration is 5 years. So I don't want to be too technical, but I just want to share those details with your listeners so their experience is smooth and easy with us. But the good thing, if I may add, our visa procedure has been revamped. We have reorganized our visa services. So now the whole procedure is faster and smoother. Actually, you when you need a Schengen visa, what do you do in Cape Town? You go to Capago, Cape Town. This is where you submit your application. Then our Johannesburg hub takes over and streamlines processing. So you can get an appointment with Capago in less than 3 days now.
I want to vouch for this because I've literally just been through the process myself. I'm going to Paris and Normandy next month.
And let me know what's your feedback.
Let me tell you, I was blown away. I applied in January. I got an appointment, I think within a week of applying.
Okay.
It could have been sooner. It was just, I got one a week away. I went in for my visa appointment on a Wednesday morning and my passport with visa inside it was with me on Monday.
Okay.
It was a 3 working day turnaround. I could not believe it.
Amazing to hear. And thank you for sharing this feedback because we sometimes get a lot of criticism for being too slow, which is not the case. If your file is complete, again, you have to submit all the documents that are required. And when your file is complete, visas are usually issued in less than 3 weeks. Depending on the season. If you want to go to Paris in July, August, it's a peak season, so you have to plan ahead again. But we have a 96% approval rate. So we issue visas. I mean, the approval rate is huge. It's massive. It's almost 100.
Okay, that's really good to hear because I think I've said this before. A lot of people go into a visa appointment feeling like they're going into the dentist's chair with that level of worry and concern and pain. But they are much nicer. I've got to say, I mean, it was a really, really impressive experience for me from the really lovely young lady who helped me at the desk to how quickly it was turned around. I will vouch for that. So, but do your homework. There's lots of information online about the documents that are needed, etc.
And everything will go smoothly, I promise.
Okay.
And we have increased the number of visas that we issue, so by 8%. Compared to last year. So we are issuing more visas every year. So it's another important trend to highlight.
Okay.
And there was also a growth of 25% in multi-year circulation visas, meaning up to 5 years. You can get a longer visa up to 5 years. So there was a huge growth in that category
as well. Okay,
Absolutely.
That's great to hear. Also lovely to receive a message from Vanya saying we were at the Francophonie Food and Culture Festival last time and it was amazing. We are definitely coming again this Saturday. Really looking forward to a Swiss raclette with a Belgian duvel. Is that a Belgian beer?
It's a beer,
assume?
right?
Okay, I'm coming to Belgium later in the year as well, so I have to look that one up. As to the date, so Tebo, picking up on the fact that the Francophone Festival this weekend is Saturday the 14th of March. Usually French celebrations are the 14th of July. And Tebo was saying, why not celebrate it then? Well, I can give you 2 reasons. One is that the 14th of July is my birthday, Tebo. So all the important people are celebrating something else. But more importantly, I mean, this is not only about France itself. As Sophie said, it is a celebration of the wider Francophone community. So you have your own birthday party
in July. We're not
in
celebrating the French National Day. It's important to stress that it's not only the French who are organizing this event. Actually, we have a close partnership with Belgium. It's very important. We're not the only ones to organize it, and it's going to be held at the Belgian residence. So again, it's not only about France, but about Francophone countries sharing a common language, but with different cultures, traditions, food, and so on and so forth. course. So it's something different. I will invite you, Pippa, on our Bastille Day. It will be on the 14th of July.
The last time I was in France for my birthday, you put on fireworks and everything. It was fantastic. We are in conversation with Sophie Bel, who is the Consul General of France in Cape Town, talking both about this weekend's Francophonie Festival, which is happening in Cape Town at the Belgian residence in Newlands, but also about visiting France itself. And right, we've spoken about the visas. Now let's talk about getting there physically. Sophie, everyone's avoiding flying through the Middle East right now with very good reason. It's a relief to be able to say you can fly direct from South Africa to France. Yes,
you can. Yeah. It's safe. And the good news is, for your Cape Townian listeners, flight connectivity from Cape Town into Paris is improving. Cape Town Tourism and Air France KLM have extended seasonal direct flight to May 2026 instead of March.
Okay.
And are currently working on the year-round access.
That's fantastic news.
You're going to be able to go straight to Paris, throughout the year. So it's a huge improvement for business, for tourism, for if you want to go skiing or attending a sport event. It's going to be much, much easier. And I really want to thank the flight companies who are making a great effort.
And it's literally just under 12 hours direct. So it really is an easy flight.
No
You're not crossing time zones. Exactly. Yes. It couldn't be easier. Now, once you've arrived there and you'll fly into Charles de Gaulle Airport, getting around Paris itself could not be easy. I mean, the public transport networks are absolutely fantastic. What about getting around into the rest of France? Because I really want to emphasize today, Sophie, I know everybody obviously wants to go and have the experience of Paris. It is the city of lights, the city of love. You could easily spend a week or more there and still not have seen everything. But there is so much more to see in France.
Absolutely. I think, Pippa, you've seen Emily in Paris. But there is much more than Paris. I absolutely agree. And it's easy for me to say that because I'm not a Parisian. Mm-hmm. I come from Toulouse, which is the city of space, of the headquarters of Airbus industry, a leading city for universities. And I came to Paris for my studies, and then I lived there, but I'm not from Paris. And actually, I really would like to highlight lesser-known places that are worth discovering. And I would highly recommend to start with the Pyrenees.
Okay, the mountains, yeah.
The mountains, yes. You know, everybody goes to the Alps because, I don't know, it's more prestigious maybe. Mm-hmm. But the Pyrenees, which are bordering the Spanish the border, are actually less crowded, less expensive, more authentic, wilder, and it's a family destination. So you can, of course, ski there, you can hike, you can cycle, you can meet more easily the locals and their traditions away from the crowds of tourists, and any season works. So I would really recommend to go to the Pyrenees and especially to visit the Circus of Gavarnie. Gavarnie is a natural amphitheater located in the heart of the Pyrenees, and it welcomes every summer a festival. So you can visit anytime. There is no season to go to the Pyrenees or even the Alps. You know, you have also the GR10, which is a superb long distance trail that runs across the entirety of the French side of the Pyrenees, from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean. For the people who love hiking, it's amazing. For cyclist lovers, there is a rail trail from Saint-Giron to Foix. It's in the Ariège department, which offers a traffic-free route through the Pyrenees. I mean, it's really the cyclist's paradise. So you have Pyrenees, really put that on your map. Try to forget a little bit about the Alps. Everybody goes to the Alps. Try to be a bit more original. Go to the Pyrenees. And also, I would highly recommend to visit the French Basque country. Okay. Do you know Biarritz, Pippa? Have you been to Biarritz?
I've never been to Biarritz, no.
Yeah. Well, really, if you have a chance, just go there. So the Basque country is located in the southwest part of France, where I grew up, not very far from Toulouse. It's near the Spanish border. And this region has a very strong identity, culture, its own language, strong culinary traditions, and a very specific architecture, Basque houses are painted in red, and they have a lot of character. I especially like cities like Bayonne, Biarritz, I mentioned Biarritz, Guétari, Saint-Jean-de-Luz, where I got married along the Atlantic coast. But the Basque hinterland also is beautiful. You have many, many incredible, charming little villages. So it's really a very special place, and I would also recommend your listeners to discover it, give it a try.
I've been close to it because I've been through Toulouse, but then on to the Canal du Midi to do a barging trip, which was also
nice.
just the most beautiful, relaxing, slow-paced holiday. Hire a bicycle, cycle into the local market, buy some baguette and wine, and just potter down the canal. It was the most gorgeous holiday. And I mean, as you said, the cuisine was different. The architecture was different from the northern parts of France. We got to see Carcassonne, the historic fort. So much to see in that part of France, and so easy to get to, Sophie. I mean, it was a train. I think we in the end flew from Paris to Toulouse, and by the time we'd collected our luggage, we worked out it would have been quicker to take the train.
Yes, I mean, the French TGV is amazing. You know, it's our high-speed train. You can get anywhere by hopping on one of those trains. So it's really easy, and it's also eco-friendly. And France has also become a leading destination for sustainable tourism. We really promote eco-friendly accommodation, green transport, rail overflight, because of this amazing network that we have. Small cities and charming villages, cycle tourism. We are really exploring new niche, like wine tourism, agri-tourism, heritage trails. And we have launched a campaign called Explore France, with a motto saying, dream big, live slow.
Love that.
Which really highlights this campaign. It highlights the authentic experiences you can have across the 13 French regions. So it's not just about getting more tourists. You know that we broke tourism records last year.
Yeah.
We welcomed more than 100 million visitors. So France is the world's most visited country today. But it's not just about more tourists. It's about better tourism, personalized experiences, and a deeper connection to nature. This is where the potential for economic growth lies in this sector.
It's finding that balance, because as you say, if all you're doing is getting more tourists in, you're going to kill the goose that laid the golden egg, as they say. It's going to become overcrowded and unplayable and unpleasant. But if you find a way of redirecting those tourists into other parts of the country, making sure they have that personalized experience, then it's something different indeed. Tebo, interesting comment here, picking up on my comment about people getting stressed by the visa applications. And this applies not just to France, but to virtually every visa application. Tebo saying, I think people get so stressed because one needs to produce a flight ticket and proof of accommodation, even when you haven't had a visa granted yet. And the concern is, what if you are turned down and aren't sure of a full refund if that visa application is unsuccessful? Well, Tebo, you'd be one of only...
I just want to reassure your listener. If you provide everything that is required, you will get your visa. You know, again, 96% approval rate. So it's very rare when we turn down an application, you know. Usually it's because we get false documents. But when you provide everything that we need, don't worry, you'll get your visa. And you're going to have a great time in France. So I don't want your listener to worry too much. Usually it's fine. I mean, it's a smooth experience.
Okay, Tebo, but I understand. I think everyone understands. We've all felt that anxiety going into those applications.
Can I add just one thing, Pippa? We have to apply those Schengen rules or European rules. You know, it's not us. It's not one single country. It's not France who decided them. So you know, you're gonna enter the Schengen area, which is a European area. We share common borders, and we have to apply the same rules between France, Spain, Italy. So it's the same everywhere. It's not a French specificity. But again, I can guarantee you, if you submit everything that is being asked, you'll be fine.
Okay, thanks you for that. Quick, very practical question from Philip on the email. He says, is it true that you have to carry your passport with you in France all the time? He says, I usually prefer to leave mine locked in the hotel safe, but I've been told you should always have it on you.
I would just recommend to keep a copy on you.
Okay.
Usually, I'm a foreigner in South Africa. Usually I keep my passport in a safe.
Yep.
But I have a copy on me, and I have also, I took a picture of my passport in case there is an ID control. So I think with a copy, it should be enough.
Okay, so Philip, leave the passport in the hotel safe, absolutely, but keep a copy with you. Okay, you have mentioned July, August are the real peak season, Sophie. So if you don't, you are going to get crowds. That's to be expected, but the sort of shoulder seasons are just as beautifully. Different times of year are going to be perfect depending on what you want to do. If you're going to go on a ski holiday or you're going for Christmas markets, obviously that's different to somebody wanting a summer holiday on the French Riviera. Do you have a particular sort of favorite time of year that you want to tell people to consider?
Spring is about to start in France. So go now. It's really beautiful. March, April, May are the most beautiful months, I think, in Europe, in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Same with the month of September, October. Usually it's, we call that, it's a late summer. We call that the Indian summer. You still get warm temperatures, but you don't have the crowd. The kids are back to school. It's all yours. So really, I would recommend to try spring and the fall, which are my two favorite seasons, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of summer. It's too hot, too crowded.
Well, I'll give you feedback on that recommendation when I get back in May, because it is a spring visit to France that I'm looking forward to. Sophie, it's been wonderful having you with us to share such personal insight on the country that you obviously love and represent. I want to just circle back to remind listeners that you obviously can dream of and plan and start saving towards a trip to France, and don't just make it Paris. Go and explore some of the other places Sophie's mentioned. But if you want just a little snippet of a taste of French culture and Francophone culture right here in Cape Town without having to spend a cent, not even on an entrance fee, let alone a plane ticket, you want to get yourself to Newlands this weekend on Saturday at the Belgian Residence in Boshoff Street for the annual Francophonie Festival. Sophie Bel, Consul General of France in Cape Town, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for your advice this afternoon.
Merci à vous. It was really a pleasure and an honor to be with you, Pippa.
Thank you so
for the
much.
Opportunity.
It's our great pleasure.